With that being said, you big dummies, you getting paid now.
Right.
Everybody now has an opportunity to pull up their chair and have a seat.
Have you ever seen a basketball icon publicly rip another Hall of Famer to shreds just to defend the league's newest superstar? The heat is on, and one fiery rant might change the entire narrative surrounding the WNBA's brightest rookie. Brace yourself, because this saga has betrayals, shockers, and a legend who refuses to stay silent any longer. For months, Sheryl Swoopes has been on a puzzling crusade against Caitlin Clark. She's claimed Clark was playing college ball at age 25, insisted she took 40 shots a game, and questioned her right to hold any major scoring records. At first, fans brushed off these accusations as harmless hot takes. But as each new allegation surfaced, basketball insiders started asking the same question. Why was Swoopes so determined to undermine a player who consistently proves her skill on the court? The truth quickly emerged. Clark was never 25. She averaged closer to 22 shots, not 40, and she broke records in the same 4 years as everyone else. Every time reality poked holes in Swoopes' claims, she seemed to double down with a new narrative. It all culminated in a wave of skepticism that somehow spread beyond the numbers, painting Clark as an overrated showboat rather than the generational athlete she is. But that was only the beginning of the backlash. Before the chatter spiraled out of control, Clark had been laser-focused on her rookie season. She showed up early for extra reps, stayed late to practice off-balance jumpers, and perfected those no-look passes that drive opposing teams crazy. Few rookies step into the WNBA and command respect from veterans like she did. Yet behind the scenes, the tension was building. Swoopes' pointed critiques floated in locker rooms, talk shows, and social media threads. The rookie felt the weight of it all, especially when longtime fans of the league started quoting Swoopes' claims like scripture. The stage was set for a showdown that everyone sensed was coming, and then a legendary voice decided enough was enough. Enter Cheryl Miller, an all-time great Hall of Famer and someone who actually coached Clark during her meteoric rise. From the moment Miller sat down on a popular basketball podcast, it was clear she wasn't about to tiptoe around the subject. She called out the critics in one stinging sentence, labeling them, quite bluntly, big dummies. The internet lit up. Fans reposted her statement, applauding the audacity. But Miller didn't stop at name-calling. She detailed how the so-called facts against Clark never added up. If anyone had the authority to weigh in, it was Miller, a player who dominated at the highest levels and then turned around to mentor rising stars. Her frustration boiled down to one thing: watching an emerging talent get dragged down by inaccurate stats and misguided opinions. But Miller's rant was only the opening salvo in a much deeper story. Miller described Clark's work ethic in vivid detail. She'd witnessed Clark train through off days, sink clutch shots in scrimmages, and command attention with her uncanny court vision. When others questioned Clark's maturity, Miller pointed out Clark's calm leadership, even when the criticism got personal. She also reminded everyone just how marketable Clark had become. Like it or not, hype feeds the WNBA's growth. Network ratings spike when Clark is on the court. Seats fill up, merch sells out. Miller found it bizarre that any legend would tear down a rookie whose mere presence elevated the entire league's profile and, ultimately, helped everyone's bank account. Now, before we dive deeper into the emotional turning point, here's one quick thing. If you're loving this inside look at the WNBA's unfolding drama, make sure to subscribe to our channel. It really helps us continue bringing you the latest in women's basketball news and commentary. We appreciate every one of you who tunes in and supports the league we all love. Now let's get back to the story. The back and forth between Swoopes and Miller could have remained a war of words, but an emotional scene following the Indiana Fever's first major win of the 2024 season changed the tone completely. As the final buzzer sounded, cameras captured Clark in a relieved, almost tearful embrace with Miller. For many viewers, that hug spoke volumes. Clark had been battling the chatter all season, and Miller's gesture felt like a lifeline. It wasn't just about shutting down rumors, it was about uplifting a young athlete who'd been left exposed to relentless doubt. Miller later recalled how stunned she was at the depth of Clark's humility and determination. A far cry from the selfish hotshot label some were desperate to pin on her. But not everyone is ready to drop the feud just yet. In the wake of Miller's public defense, many assumed Swoopes might soften her stance. After all, two legends rarely butt heads so forcefully in the name of a rookie. But the real shocker was that Swoopes doubled down on certain criticisms, hinting that her comments were taken out of context and that Clark's achievements should be fairly scrutinized. What's more revealing is how the basketball community has rallied around Clark. Fans, teammates, and even sponsors point to her diverse skill set and unshakable confidence as proof she's the real deal. The more Swoopes tries to poke holes in Clark's resume, the more it seems to fortify the rookie's reputation. So, where does all of this lead for Clark, Swoopes, in the WNBA at large? As the dust settles, it's evident that Caitlin Clark is not just a fleeting sensation, she's a cornerstone of the WNBA's future. Her game is electrifying, her attitude is fearless, and her potential seems limitless. Meanwhile, Cheryl Miller's words have prompted a bigger discussion about respecting new talent rather than tearing it down. But let's be clear, while Miller has shown immense support for Clark, this doesn't mean they're joining forces for some grand takeover. Instead, what we're witnessing is a seasoned Hall of Famer defending the sport she loves by setting the record straight. The real victory might be that the basketball world is now more aware of misleading narratives and more eager than ever to celebrate genuine skill. So what do you think? Has Clark definitively silenced her critics, or will new controversies keep surfacing? Let us know in the comments, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and stay tuned for more eye-opening WNBA coverage. Because if there's one thing we've learned, it's that the drama in women's basketball is just getting started. I just want to take a moment to thank every single one of you for your continued support. The channel has been growing, and honestly, none of this would be possible without you. Your engagement, your feedback, and the fact that you tune in regularly, it truly means a lot. I'm excited to announce that we've got WNBA Bulletin merchandise coming soon. We'll be launching t-shirts, hoodies, and sweatpants with more items in the pipeline. We're also working on additional products like coffee mugs, tote bags, and a few other things we think you'll really like. This is just the beginning. We're building something meaningful here, and I'm grateful to have you on this journey. Stay tuned for more updates, and again, thank you so much for all your support. Looking forward to sharing more with you very soon.